welcome to Mitv Primetime News. I am Teresa Adeyemi. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has declared Governor Hope Uzodinma of the All Progressive Congress APC winner of the November 11, 2023 governorship election in the state. The Vice Chancellor of the Federal University, Oye Ekiti, Professor Abayomi Fashino, who was the state returning officer, declared Uzodinma re-elected on Sunday morning at about 10 a.m. after over 8 hours of collation of local government results. INEC State Collation and Returning Officer said Uzodinma got 540,308 votes. The governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Senator Samuel Anyanwu, came second with 71,503 votes. Senator Atan Achonu of the Labour Party, LP, came third with a total of 64,081 votes. Meanwhile, Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma says his victory in Saturday's governorship election, which paves the way for a second term in office in the state, is well deserved. In his acceptance speech after he was declared winner of the election by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, on Sunday, Governor Uzodinma said his success in the election was a validation of the people's acceptance of his administration, having impacted positively in the lives of the citizens during his first term in office. He said the people of Imo State deserve commendation for coming out en masse to perform their civic responsibility and for defying all odds to vote for Governor Uzodinma-led APC administration in the state. In another development, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, says fresh polls will be conducted in 59 polling units in the Ogori-Magongo local government area of Kogi State. The electoral umpire said the fresh election will be held this Saturday, November 18, 2023. INEC National Commissioner Mohammed Arino announced this in a statement on Sunday. Already, election results from 18 of the 21 local government areas in Kogi State have been collated as of Sunday evening. So far, results from Adavi, Ajaukuta, Ankpa, Basa, Tekina, Ita, Ijumu, Kaba, Ambunu, Kogi, Mokwamuro, Olamaboro, Ofu, Okeyi, Omala, Ogori, Magongo, Okene, Yagwa East, and Yagwa West LGAs have been announced. In a related development, Socio-Economic Right and Accountability Project SEREP has urged the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, to promptly establish a joint, credible, transparent, effective, and broad-based investigation into allegations of electoral bribery and violence in the off-cycle governorship elections in Kogi, Imo, and Bayelsa State. SEREP urged him to identify, arrest, name, and shame suspected perpetrators and the sponsors of these grave human rights crimes and ensure their effective prosecution, regardless of the political status or affiliations. SEREP also urged him to disclose the spending detail of the governorship election in Kogi, Imo, and Bayelsa State, including the specific amount spent to conduct voter and civic education and activities carried out in this state. In the letter by SEREP Deputy Director Kolawole Oluwadare, the organization said if INEC was to live up to its constitutional and statutory responsibilities, it must take bold and effective measures to combat the culture of impunity for electoral bribery and violence in the country. Away from election matters, the International Christian Conscience Initiative has advised the federal government to handle the issues of security in the country seriously and see what can be done to make it a safe and peaceful place for living, noting that what the country needs currently is peace and not threats to the lives of the citizens. President of Association of Christian Theologians and convener of the 3-day International Christian Leadership Program in Lagos teamed "It is time for change." Professor Olakunle Macaulay was speaking on Saturday in Lagos, said that due to the fear across the world, people who want to invest, contribute financially, and come to Lagos said that due to the fear and come to the country have refused because of the insecurities in the country. The theologian advised Nigerians, especially Christians, to be conscious of their faith as they urged them to stop criticizing the government. Instead, they should point out what they would like the government to do for them in order for their lives to be more easier. The facilitators, Pastor Stephen Debshai, Elder Deepa Macaulay, and Elder Sonia Rajan, advised Christian leaders to be accountable to one another and come together in dignity to promote Christianity in Nigeria.
Nigerians should stop criticizing the government, and they should now focus on directing government or pointing to government whatever they feel is wrong. So, we see people sitting down at Aso Rock or whatever they call it at Abuja cannot see what we are experiencing here in Ojodu, but if we speak out and shout, then they will hear. So I think people should stop criticizing the government, rather should now tell the government what is happening all over Nigeria.
Change is not an automatic thing. Change is not immediate, it's a progressive thing. And what I would tell people is get hold of everything that we've been talking about and begin to build it up on a daily basis. It's a daily renewal of our minds, confessing that some of the things we're doing are not right, and then beginning to pick up the new things that the Lord wants us to do.
What I see about Christian leaders in Nigeria, and it's not just in Nigeria, it can be a universal thing, is I think there's this whole thing about, accountability. We need to become accountable to one another, because there's so many Christians in this nation and I see so many churches, and there's got to be a unity, there's got to be a coming together of leaders.
I think the advice to Christian leaders is really what's been the theme of what we've been discussing is unity, is coming together in being able to identify the needs of the community first, before the needs of perhaps what we're seeing with our own perspective, is begin to look at things with God's perspective. And that's placing the church at the heart of the community.
Has reinforced the commitment of the government in providing an enabling business environment for both local and foreign investors. The governor who made the remarks while speaking at the China Expo in Lagos said China is a significant trade partner for Nigeria. The governor was represented by the State Commissioner for Industry, Trade and Investment, Folashade Ambrose Madam, noted that the government will continue to implement policies that will be economically favorable. In her remarks, the Consulate General of the People's Republic of China, Yan Eugene, said the bilateral trade volume between China and Nigeria reached $23.9 billion in 2022, with China's export to Nigeria amounting to $22.3 billion and import from Nigeria totaling $1.6 billion. In the of the year, bilateral trade stood at $17.25 billion, with exports to Nigeria being $15.67 billion and import from Nigeria $1.58 billion, marking a 22.5% increase in import from Nigeria compared to the same period last year.
Sits under my mandate as the Honorable Serving Commissioner. So that is a policy that we're looking at, ensuring that the ease of business agenda in terms of the parameters are also being clear and understood. Those are very important, and most importantly as well is ensuring that we're having the right strategic partnerships and collaborations with the Chinese government as well.
Nigeria is our largest manufacturer market. So today I'm so glad that more than 200 Chinese enterprises participate in this expo, and you know that this year marks 10th anniversary of Belt and Road Initiative.
And the commodity covers heavy industry and machinery, food and food processing machinery, and transportation and logistic machinery, many kind of products.
Relationship with China can enhance unique strength of both nations, which will benefit both economies through sustainable partnership. The said days at the 2023 Lagos International Trade Fair with a view of enhancing productivity in different African sectors. The President, Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Olawale Ko, who led all the speakers, said that fostering collaboration between government, businesses and civil society firms can enhance innovation, create new economic opportunities, and contribute to a more equitable and sustainable future. The Consular General of the People's Republic of China, Yang Yun, while speaking at China's Day, a special day dedicated for the government and the people of China at the ongoing LCCI Trade Fair, said Nigeria has become China's second largest trade partner in Africa, and China is Nigeria's largest global source of import.
In August, the 15th BRICS Summit was held in South Africa. China has launched the initiative on supporting Africa's industrialization, plan for China supporting Africa's agricultural modernization, and plan for China-Africa cooperation on talent development.
Connecting businesses, creating value. This theme underscores the importance of relationships, investment, and wealth creation. Very important, it suggests the need for businesses to be well-positioned to leverage the opportunities presented in the environment, especially in the context of emerging opportunities and ideas.
Nigeria and China have a robust diplomatic relationship. The same can be said of the trade relationship between our two countries. I therefore appreciate this effort aimed at deepening this relationship and make it more mutually beneficial.
The Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, LCCI, has called on the government to invest more on innovation, entrepreneurship and sustainable resources through creation of an enabling business environment in order to make Nigeria a business destination in the eye of the global. While speaking at the annual business forum of the Lagos Country Club, team leveraging innovation for entrepreneurial success in Lagos, the LCCI president, Olawale Ko, said that innovation is what improves the economy and increases the economic policy, which will help the country to move away from hardship. The president, who was represented by a council member, Benga Ismail, highlighted some of the benefit, importance and advantages of innovation and entrepreneurship. Call implored the government to consider business people through consistent policies and improvement in infrastructure.
We must be optimistic, but then we must also implore government to consider most business people. What we want is consistent policy, consistent improvement in infrastructure, and better services from the government. What businesses have to do is bring ideas, and we pray that government should support them with an enabling environment.
Nothing good comes easy. So it has to be something that you're strategically thinking about, that I want to innovate and get people who are very, very creative. You know, it takes some certain people with some mindset that are creative, get them in your organization. There has to be collaborative efforts of everybody in the system to make sure that it works. No idea, no matter how brilliant, it has to add value to the market, and you have to make money. If you're not adding value, you're not making money, it's not worth it.
Policymakers, distinguished military personnel, technocrats, and other opinion leaders to our days for the purpose of knowledge sharing, stimulating discussions, and suggest solutions that will help contemporary topical issues affecting our people in the marketplace and in the society at large. It will offer a unique opportunity for networking, which will encourage like-minded individuals to connect and foster collaborations that will extend beyond these walls.
A member of the House of Representatives, Aderemi Oseni, has called the Nigerian government to give engineers the enabling environment to practice and make use of the acquired knowledge and experience for the country's economic growth. While speaking at the 14th Ralph Alabi Memorial Lecture themed promoting indigenous engineers' solution for economic growth, the prospect, opportunities, challenges, and way forward, Hosseini advocated the encouragement of local engineers in projects implementation and production processes. He said by focusing on indigenous engineering can help in skill development, which can lead to the creation of a pool for highly skilled engineers who can contribute to various sectors of their economy. The Ikeja branch chairman, Nigerian Society of Engineers NSE, Engineer Femi John Adedotu, implored the government to give the local engineers a chance in proving their worth. All the speakers maintained that Nigerian engineers are capable to bring about the modern development if given a conducive environment.
All you need to do is just to develop what you can do. There is market for anything you feel, you desire to develop as individual in this country once it is encouraged. And that is why government encouragement is sincerely required at this material time. Natural resources. Nigeria is rich in natural resources. We don't need to be struggling to get what we are going to use to develop this capacity, such as oil, gas, minerals, and renewable energy sources.
So, by allowing indigenous technology to arise, by giving the engineer and the professional enabling environment, it will boost our economy in terms of capacity development, in terms of labor development, in terms of utilizing our God-given materials. As an engineer, we are trained to manage men, we are trained to manage materials, and we are trained to manage machineries.
We need to be making sure that we use proper engineering solutions that meet our own needs locally, that use our own resources, that develop our own talents, because that is the way in which it will be sustainable. It will not be appropriate to continue bringing in a few people who will fly out again, really, when it is no longer of any benefit to them.
In an agro-based country, if we develop our agricultural sector, you will realize that we will improve our economy, because there are certain produce today that we just export raw. We need to add value to it. Just like our petrol. We exported crude oil and we import petrol. And that is why the revenue is dwindling.
The Lagos State has called for improved service delivery and transparency by PSP waste operators, whose mode of operation must be digitized to make it more transparent and profitable. Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokubo Wahab, during a meeting he and SA Environment, Olakunle Rotimi Akodo, held with the executive of the Association of Waste Managers of Nigeria, AWEM, during a meeting at Alausa, Ikeja. He added that the association should put in place proper data collection and enumeration of all commercial and private facilities being serviced, as this process would increase accountability and allow the operatives to carry out their responsibilities seamlessly for the benefit of all. He said the government is aware that the PSP operators need some interventions, but they must explain why the revenue being generated presently has dropped by 50% within 5 years. The Special Advisor on Environment, we'll take a quick break, and after this break, we'll be back. Hello, Chemo lunch for you.
It's the Premier League all on DSTV. All the goals, all the clashes, all the moments. all of Rashford, Salah, and Saka. All in the language of your choice. All in HD. Available on all these bouquets to choose from. To watch on all these devices. Stay connected for all the action. Get DSTV with an HD decoder plus dish plus 1 month confirmed for 18,500 naira. It's the Premier League. All on DSTV.
Why will I start from Forest? This is what I paid for one.
Hi. Hello.
Can you see me? It's got my name on the cup.
Hi, Africa Magic. I would like to say happy birthday.
Congratulations to Africa Magic. 20 is a lot.
Welcome back. Now, still from the local scene, professionals in real estate practice have canvassed the need to take proper care while investors tread cautiously and knowledgeably through the help of relevant expert investing in waterfront properties. They say this was imperative because such investment could become fiasco, but if all the matters on the investor checklist are ticked, such investment could be very rewarding even down to the time of future generations. The chairman of the Lagos State chapter of the Nigerian Institution of Estate Surveyors and Valuers, Olugbenga Ismail, stated this in Ogun State during the year 2023 outdoor event of the institution with the theme, Finding Harmony Between Business and Well-Being, an Outdoor Getaway. He said professionals must be willing to advise government on what to do instead of keeping busy with their private practice, as this investment niche potential that promises handsome reward for all stakeholders. The chairman of the subcommittee of an outdoor event, Olaide Faji, stated that the foremost risk management strategy in investing in waterfront properties was to ensure to involve all relevant professionals like estate surveyors, land surveyors, soil scientists, oceanographers, and civil engineers when preparing to either build or buy a waterfront property.
How can it benefit the local area and how can it benefit the nation as a whole? As estate surveyors, we are major advisors to the built environment. So for us, it is important because we bring value out of the potential of land resources. So it is what we do. So this topic is for our members to understand what lies ahead of them and what they can really do instead of possibly observing, but take advantage of the different skills that we have and transform the areas that they have.
There are lots of opportunities for the practitioners, real estate practitioners on waterfront, which is about 22% of the total landmass of Lagos State. And there are so many creative and recreative activities that can be, plugged in such areas. Like we talked about, recreation, tourism, hospitality, water transportation, jetty, and the likes.
Professionals in the built industry. It is very, very necessary because for over a period of time now, most professionals do not know that there is a lot of business profitability in waterfront areas. So we are trying to expose professionals in the beauty industries to what opportunities they can derive by patronizing the waterfront areas. And our case study is Lagos State Ministry of Waterfront.
World Health Organization says it has lost communication with its contact inside Al-Shifa, the largest hospital in Gaza. Several hospitals in Gaza City and northern Gaza have been directly hit as Israel intensifies attacks around hospitals, and there were fears for hundreds of patients, including 37 premature babies in Al-Shifa Hospital, as electricity fails in multiple hospitals.